Hi everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So in the series of learning Python programming language, we are discussing functions. Till now we have discussed some basics of functions only, like introduction to functions, and based on that we have done 3 coding exercises, hurdle race, right? Now the next point or the next step in functions is what? Functions with arguments, right? In previous video we have seen one function like when we were discussing the introduction to function. In that video we have created a greet function like this. I hope you have seen that video and you know how to define a function. Just def keyword, the function name, greet, these parentheses, then the colon, and whatever you want to execute here. Suppose I want to execute like hi, and then I want to print these two things like hi, and then are you from CS department, computer science department, right? So this is definition of this function, right? Yeah, this is not complete definition that we have discussed in the syntax. Like if you want to pass the parameter, you can pass. Then we have a return statement, also a return expression, but this function is not returning anything and we are not passing anything here. So simple one, this thing we have discussed, but this will not do anything if you will run this program, because you have to call the function, right? You have to execute that function. To get the output, you have to call that function. So how to call? Just name of the function and that's it. These parentheses, greet, no colon here. So whenever you will call it, it will print two lines. Hi, are you from computer science department? Again, if you call, again it will print two lines. Hi, are you from computer science department, CS department, like this, right? This is the basic one, right? But see, if rather than this you want to print like hi Jenny, are you from computer science department, right? So what you do, the simple trick is simply write here hi Jenny. Okay, fine. But next time I want to print like hi Ram. So it's not like that we will define another function like def greet1, greet2, and there we will print hi Ram, are you from computer science department? Or again we will change here like hi Ram, are you from computer science department, like this. But again if I want to print like hi Sham, then what will do? Will you again change here Sham? No, that is not a good idea. And although no, that is not a good idea, but again if you define one function for Ram, another function for Sham, another function for Jenny, the same like greet1, greet2, greet, that is also not a good idea, right? Then what is the use of using these functions? You are repeating these lines again and again, and again not repeating, you are not reusing, you are just writing again and again. So what is use of function, right? So what I want, whatever I will say, that like the user say Jenny, so your function will accept that thing Jenny, and then it will print hi Jenny, are you from computer science department? Again if user say Ram, so this your function should accept that Ram, right? And hi Ram, are you from computer science department? Next time Sham, then hi Sham, are you from computer science department? The same function, only one function, right? So for that you have to obviously call that function and you have to pass that thing, right? Like if you want me to teach you, then you should call me like Jenny ma'am, like Python. So Jenny ma'am, please teach Python, right? Or if you want me to teach you C++, so you will call me first. That is important. Call me. If you not call me, then I cannot read your mind, right? Like if you want to study C++ for me or Python from me or database or anything, so you have to call me. Same, you have to call the function like I am a function, right? And you have to pass that subject also. You have to like tell me the subject, like please teach, that is like teach is a function, teach Python. Okay, then I will accept. Okay, you are saying Python, okay, I'll teach Python. Again if you want like teach C++, then you will say me teach, please ma'am teach us C++. Then I'll accept that C++ as a subject and then I'll teach, like I'll execute myself, something like this. I hope you can relate this thing. Anyway, now see, so here rather than this we are just writing like this. So call the function. When you will pass that thing, whatever value you want to pass, when you are calling that function, obviously, because that is the main thing. Control will first of all go here, function calling, right? So here just pass like greet. If I pass Jenny, Okay, so now control will go here. It will search the where the definition of the function. Definition of the function is here. Def greet. Now this should be same, the calling and this. So here if you are passing something, then here there should be something to accept that value. And how to accept, where to store generally in in our computer we'll store that information in variables, in variables, right? So just take a variable here like name. So we'll pass Jenny here. Now this name will accept Jenny. Now we know on Jenny I have to do some, like you can say, functioning. So I want to print like hi Jenny. So what we can do, hi we can use like f string. We have discussed what is f string in the previous videos. Just here you have to put f in print hi and the name of the variable. Name of the variable is name. So it will, this name, it will pick up Jenny from here. Are you from computer science department? Fine. Next time if I want to greet Ram, so just call another function, just greet and Ram. So it will print first hi Jenny, are you from computer science department, then here, then again it will call. Now this time in name we have Ram. So hi, in name we have Ram. Hi Ram, are you from computer science department? Right? So this is what these functions are. We are providing some input to these functions, or we can say argument to these functions. Now see, if general syntax, if you write functions with arguments, then how you will write? We will write something like this. I hope now you can write. Just pause the video and you can just try it out. So def here, general syntax, the function name and parameters, and then column, then function body, right? Or if you want to write in a complete thing, then you can write down like a return expression within this function only. But this return is what? Optional. Here we are not returning anything, we are just printing. And this is the definition of the function, and calling is what? Just the function name, and here you pass the value. Value means here you pass the arguments. Okay, now I hope this is clear to you guys, how to define a function with parameter and how to call. Now another thing is, what is difference between parameter and argument? This is also one of the question in these, or sometimes in interview also they ask this question, what is parameter and argument? So see, here I have written arguments, means whatever value, the actual value you pass while calling the function, that is argument, or you can say actual parameter, right? And the variable name you use to hold or to accept that value while defining the function, that is known as formal parameter, or you can say parameters. I hope the difference is clear to you guys. These are parameter or formal parameter. These are actual parameters or arguments, you can say. Right? Now here as many arguments you can pass as you want. Like here I have passed only one argument, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to you or according to your need. Like if you are doing sum of two numbers, then what you will do? You just pass two arguments. Have to write down that thing. Okay, here one exercise for you is, you have to write down a function add, and there it should accept two arguments, right? And it will print addition. Now pause the video and try this out. So I hope you have tried this out. So let's create a new file here, and we will say like function underscore with argument .py, not C. Okay, I hope you have done that addition, that function, you have defined that function addition. So how to define def add and, okay, rather than defining, when you will call, when you will pass those values, like I want to add two numbers, like maybe 5 or 2, right? Okay, when, like I have given you that example, if you want me to teach you, then you will call like, ma'am please teach Python, you will call me. So at the time of calling, we pass our data, the value, right? So how to call add? Suppose add, and I want to pass like 5, 7. But how to add? This computer doesn't know how to add these numbers. You have to provide those instructions. So you have to define that function first. So just def, the function name add, and to store these values to variables. In variables, obviously we are going to store the values colon, and then we take another variable c is equal to suppose a plus b, and simply we print using using a f string, right? Like print and f, and here we will store like sum is, in which variable we have sum? In c. That's it, right? And you can call this add 5 and 7. So let's run this. I think it was easy, you have done this. It should print 12. So this sum is 12. If you want to add another number like 8 and 9, I want to add, it's okay. You can again call this function and pass your value 8 and 9. See, the sum is 12, the sum is 17, like this. So we are passing, in this case, 2 arguments, right? And in greet we were passing only one, like name, okay? But see, you have to call the function with exact number of arguments by default, otherwise it will give error. Suppose here we have 2 arguments, a and b, means this function is, expecting 2 values, right? And if you call this with only one value, suppose 5, let's run this, it will give error. See, type error, missing one required positional argument. So that we will see in the next video, what is positional argument. But you can see like there is missing, one argument is missing, right? This is one of the type of the argument, positional argument. So you have to pass exact number of arguments, right? So you have to pass 2 arguments here. You cannot pass 3, not more argument, not less argument. By default you have to pass this thing. We can pass, like if there is a case also, if this function is accepting 2 arguments and you are passing only 1 argument, then also it will work, but that is different case. In the next video we will see types of argument, then I will show you how this is possible. But right now, by default you have to pass something like this, 2 arguments, the same exact number of argument, right? And a function without argument is also possible, right? But if you want to process something, like here I want to add 2 numbers, so I want to process addition on 2 numbers, so just pass the information here. So these arguments have to pass the information to the function, right? So that this function will perform some operation on that operation, and then it will print, or maybe it will return that value, right? So like if on different inputs I want to perform this addition, in that case it is better to pass arguments. Like suppose addition I want to print 10 times, one time the addition of 5 and 7, then 8 and 9, then 1 and 2, then 100 and 200, like this. So in different inputs you want to do addition of these numbers, so just pass that value in the form of arguments, right? Okay, so here these 5 and 7, these are arguments, or you can say actual parameters, and this a and b are parameters, or you can say formal parameters, right? Okay, the greet function you can try, I guess that was easy, right? Okay, so I hope this is clear to you guys, functions with arguments or with inputs, how to define those functions, how to call, how to use those functions in your program. But we have different types of arguments, right? So in the next video we will see types of arguments. So now we'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.